Chat with Andy the Gabby Cabby on a Sunday night. I've just had some grub and back out to the car, and what I didn't realise was how much it was raining. It was only a tiny little spit when I actually came in, and it's a full-on torrential downpour now. And look at me, I've just t-shirt, see the old logo there, and cardigan on. It was a bit of a shock, so I had to run for the hills, get in the car very fast before I got a bit wet. But all good. It's been a long day. I was at Wimbledon earlier on. Hello, Phil. Good to see you. Hope you've had a good Sunday. Julie Baldwin as well. Yeah, I was at Wimbledon earlier. Wimbledon Common. I didn't see any Wombles, unfortunately, but wasn't there long enough to find out. Hello, Mick Hardstaff. Good evening, Andy and everybody. Bloodnose, evening to you. Lorna Mackenzie, hi Andy, hope you're good. Same to you. John Harris, Joe Burgess, the Manchester man. That's everybody coming in that I like to see regularly, and I hope you're all good. We've had Healing Vibrations is in the chat as well. Good to see you, and hope you're doing okay. Yeah, we've had a bit of a different week this week because the airport business has gone absolutely mad. So I haven't been able to do the content that I would like to do normally, but I've tried to make sure that I maintain these daily chats because they're the important bit where we can all get together. Let's have a look. Who have we got? Sean Walsh, evening to all on here, and to you, Andy. Hello to you, good to see you. Did you hear China's had another breakout of the old convicts? Yeah, I read that, and funnily enough, it's just a little square advert on the Daily Rag. No Wombles. I think Uncle Bulgaria must have been bin diving or something. I hope at least the rainy night will help you have a great sleep before heading to work again. Yeah, my next job is 1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, so a little bit of downtime, thank God. Yeah, I saw some of those Healing Vibrations, a few headlines and whatever. I'll try and catch up with those and put some content together. I'm hoping for an easier couple of days soon, so I'll be able to catch up and start doing the other bits on the channel that, you know, we want to be on there. Who's that? Dan Teeny, you drinking and driving, Andy? Well, if you call this. And something else I swallowed earlier, because it was all I could get hold of, was a bit of the old Monster. I know I look like a monster this evening. Must be all the driving. Hello, Jane Griffiths. Good to see you. Julie Keys. Let's just have a scroll up, make sure we get everybody. Yeah, Bridget. Philip Davis from Lowestoft, good to see you as well. That's a nice load of people coming in. Hello, Lynn Harrison. Michael Castrian, Jane Griffiths. Yes, Ireland, threat of restrictions, then it'll be Wales, and then it'll all start again. They can fuck off now, can't they? It's ridiculous. Cosmic War Toad, all right, you lot, certainly am. Hello, Derek, good to see you. Never look like a monster, Andy. Only first thing in the morning after having driven, 400 miles a day before. I think that's what I did today. The green can of Monster is yum. I don't think I've tried that one. We ain't having it. Christine Ayres, guten Tag, Andy. Hope all is going well, man. Yes, it is. Now I'm home. I'm a little bit. Keith James, 600 subs to 30,000. We must be up to 29.4 again. We did drop a little bit, so yeah, we're doing good. We're doing good now. Honey Monster. Well, I did bring some crunchy nut cornflakes back home for my little one, and I think they got honey in them, haven't they, or something. Hey Andy, I dare you to get some ginger ale and drink it out of a clear plastic bottle in front of a policeman. Are you trying to get me arrested? Yeah, I could do that, couldn't I? Driving down the road at 70 mile an hour, swigging on that. See if the old Rozzers come over and feel my collar. Hello, Tony Whitworth. Good to see you. Who else we got here? Glad you're okay, my friend. You can tell when I've had a boring day, I'll speak in foreign tongues. Yes, auf Wiedersehen. As long as you don't start swearing at me in different languages, that's okay. Got in a taxi which was covered in red pimples. Yes, it was an acne cab. Sorry, Jesus Christ. I've heard it all now. Techno Fishy 85, evening to you. Welcome to the chat. Good to see you. Andy, I guess you won't be getting the car of 2022, LMO. I saw that link, Julie. I tried to click on it on my tablet, but the bloody thing wouldn't load. And my boy's on the computer at the moment, so when he's out the way, I'm going to have a quick look at that. But it sounded quite funny. Yeah, Rozzers. I did a job last night. I did a favour for a friend of mine. It was his son's 18th birthday. And I don't do local taxi work anymore. It's a pain in the arse. But I said I'd make an exception in his case and help, move his family back and forward. And we got up to a road and there was some police over there. And somebody said, oh, look, it's the Rozzers. And somebody said their nickname used to be Rozzer when they were at school. Bloody hell, blimey, poor you. They'd have a shot when they find out you've been drinking ginger ale with nothing in it. You've got to admit, it looks like real beer. Yeah, it certainly does. I look forward to that, Julie. Peeing myself with laughter. I could do with a chuckle after today. It's been a long one. Have you seen the P car, guys? No, Bridget, I haven't. Russia laughing at the UK and USA by imposing sanctions. We have cut off our nose to spite our faces. Stagflation coming soon. The other thing I read, I haven't looked into it more or corroborated it, but apparently the Ruskies have asked China for military equipment, thereby mirroring what we're doing with the Ukraines. It's almost like a bloody proxy war. Biden now got another country for World War III. China warns of the worst consequences to nations supporting Taiwan. Yeah, it's bloody ridiculous. I read that earlier on. Chris Ayres, when I'm not watching the streams, I'm watching makeup tutorials. Christine Ayres says. Moonbagger agree on the stagflation. No more Russian vows for guitar amps. What more will they stop? Have you seen the latest bloody farce as well? They have refused, have they, Julie? Yeah, it's probably wise, to be quite honest with you. Ivo, good evening, Andy. Put that coat down and get coffee. I'm going to put that coat down and get scotch when I go indoors. Whoever sent in the acne cab joke, I needed the laugh, so thanks to that person. Yeah, good. The other silly thing the Russians are doing, there's an astronaut retired now called Scott Kelly, who spent an awful lot of time on the International Space Station. And he got into an argument on Twitter, of all places, with the head of the Russian Space Agency, because apparently they're threatening to leave an American astronaut up there, stranded in outer space. What's supposed to happen is there's a Russian Soyuz ship supposed to come back down here soon, and it's supposed to have 2 Russians on board and an American, and they're threatening to leave the American up there and making a big song and dance about it and saying that the International Space Station will crash on our houses. It's a load of old bollocks because, it can be operated without them. And the old Elon Musk will send one of his ships up there to poach this American back home again. So I don't know what all the fuss is about, but some of the crap you read. Yes, that's right, Lorna. Elon Musk has said he'll rescue him. Some of the crap you read is unbelievable. They're saying that they'll detach the Russian segment and the whole other lot will fall back down to earth. But that's baloney as well. They're just trying to scare us. I think they've been watching Space Fast. Yeah, could be. Hello, Jodie Pitt. Why not put Biden up in space along with Putin? Well, they could be in their own little heads already, Taxation for the American astronaut. Yeah, possibly, Kevin. Hi, Andy, and all in chat. Who's that? Alan Edge. The new petrol pumps are amazing. It only takes 30 seconds to put 50 quid in. It used to take 2 minutes. Tell me about it. I'll tell you, I did 2 fills today. Well, I've put 100 quid's worth of diesel in today. And I'll show you, actually. Where are we? Let's start the engines. Let's put that there. Yeah, you can see that's my petrol gauge, about 1/4 of a tank I got. It's worth. And it hasn't got me in the same amount I normally would. Where are we? It was a joke, it was a joke, it was a joke. yeah, I know it was a joke, Alan. Seriously, I did. I knew it was a joke. I was just pointing out how far the petrol doesn't go these days. That was a joke too, by the way. Putin is KGB, Andy. Yes, I know, through and through. I think he was stationed in West Germany during those times. Randy Codpiece, I can't do that, Andy. What's that? Leave Biden, Putin and Jinping on the space station with an exomorph from Alien. Yeah, that'd work. Sort it out between them. Dear, oh dear. The worst part about the convids, the pointless lockdowns, it doesn't work. I mean, this article I saw about China earlier saying they're all, you know, they're all pretty much buttoned and it's going rife again. It don't work. Hello, Bev Berry. Good to see you. I drove to fill up with diesel because I was on red and left on red. Oh, another joke. I mean, it's like the guy, you know, the other day said, what difference is there with the petrol prices? I still put 20 quid in, don't make any difference to me. What a pilchard. 2001 ref, sorry. Soon be cheaper to go in a rocket than it'll be to drive. That's bloody true. Christine, Andy, more down to earth. Yeah. Drift wannabe, Christine, the pump sucks from the bottom. Yeah, it does. I've heard talk as well of these ones where you pull the trigger on them and nothing comes out for a time. They're bloody rip-offs. No spacemen in space. It's all fake with them in a bloody warehouse being filmed. Sean Walsh. So if the petrol gets to a stupid price beyond what you would pay, will you go electric? No, I bloody won't. There was these... I don't know whether it's true, but there was a group of petrol stations which were going to sell the petrol without VAT on, just as a little protest against what's going on. You know, so a fair bit cheaper. Whether they did or whether it was fake news, I don't know, but I actually read it. Kirky Bailey, sorry I'm late, Andy, was watching the darts. That's all right, Kirky, at least you're here. I meant taxis for the Yankee astronaut, not taxation. There was a crash on the motorway. A lorry of onions overturned. Drivers are advised to find a hutch. Oh, God. Hello, Pete Tordoff. Good to see you. Fireball XL5 was real back in the 60s. That's Mark Hampson. I thought Stingray was real, and that was the reruns in 1984, I think. People have always named children after expensive things. Mercedes, Dior, Chardonnay. Next year, watch out for electric gas and petrol. You're right there, Tony. I do like that. Don't forget 2 doses of VAT on petrol and diesel. Yeah. It's incredible. You look at the breakdown on one of them receipts. They really rip the arse out of it. Here's something I bet you don't know, Andy. Red diesel is banned from April. So no more cheap illegal diesel for the people of Norfolk. Laugh out loud. Yeah, I didn't know it's actually going to be banned totally. Lorry loads of wigs overturned on the M4. Police are combing the area. Oh, Jesus. Oh, my mum's in the house. Hello, Mum. Good to see you. And had a little conversation, chatteroo with you earlier. Why is the government asking the public to take in refugees? It's all because the hotels are full up with the dinghy divers. Yep. Alan Edge, £350 a month, no vacancies. Petrol and diesel vehicles banned in Glasgow. I read that Matt Walton, I just see your comment there about your comments. I must admit that's the first one I've seen, but it could be me yakking in between. So I don't know whether you might be being stomped on or something. I don't know. Alan Edge, yep, one more for me, please. China have billions of dollars invested all over the world. The last thing their money men want to risk is getting involved in Putin's games. Yeah. I saw the, did you see the newspaper article where they called it roid rage? There's this thing going around where he's got the big C, and they showed the video footage of him with his all puffy face and everything, and saying he's gone nuts on steroids, and that's something to do with it. Hello, Sharon Shooter. Good to see you. How many of these celebrities are willing to take one of those families? Gary Lineker might. He's good at that. I don't know about any others. Know what they mean about great reason. Yeah, exactly. They'll kick the shit out of everything and then offer an alternative, won't they? That's the thing. Anyway, folks, this is the Daily Chat with Andy the Gabby Cabby. It's good to see you all. If you haven't done so already, please do that on the chat, and it helps the algorithm, boost us up a little. Also, subscribe to the channel if you've just started watching us and haven't done so. Would appreciate that. And in addition, hit the notification bell so you get up to date with everything we do. Videos and content have been a bit disrupted this last week, I guess, because of what's going on with the airport business. So I had to concentrate on that a lot, but just made sure I'm out here with you every night doing this as a matter of course, because that's what we do. The truth is getting twisted, friends. Prepare yourself, because things will get worse to everyone. Remember, they will down below, we are above. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you've had all the theories, haven't you, like with the Ukraine, about labs for this and labs for that and labs for the other, and conspiracy theory. And then you start seeing pictures of gas masks and things on the television, and you think, really? I think they realise we're waking up a bit. See you soon, if we don't get nuked. That's hot pot, yeah. Good bloody point. Healing vibrations, good. Who else we got? Sam M. Do you believe he has cancer, Andy? I really don't know. I mean, some of the pictures I've seen, there's years apart in the pictures. I mean, if you look when he first got, I don't know what the Russians call it, inaugurated or whatever, he was quite a thin man. And then there's another picture of him later on where he's all muscular and all hard, and over the course of time, I mean, what is he, nearly 70 years old? People's faces do change. I mean, you take mine for example. 44 nearly. I've got more chins than a Chinese phone book. But you look at a picture of my face 20 years ago, I had a jawline. People change, and you never know what to believe. What you read, you really don't. That's the whole point. They keep us guessing, I think. They say he is pumped with steroids for either cancer or Parkinson's. Yeah, roid rage, they called it in the press, sending him a bit loopy. I saw that actual headline on the front of a newspaper when I was at the petrol station earlier. Tina XX, hi Andy, I'm hearing people are having their petrol diesel siphoned from their tanks. Make sure your petrol caps have locks on. Yeah, the way mine is, if anybody tried to get into it, it'd set the alarm off and I'd know it pretty much instantly. So it's all good, I think. Kirky Bailey calls bollocks. Clean ones or other? Coke made me sneeze. Which kind of Coke is that? Parkinson's, he would have visible shadow. That's right, he would. particularly if it was advanced. He certainly would. So I read somewhere he has 200 nukes. True or false? I don't know. Hi, Uncle Gary. Good to see you. I think Russia has a lot more than that. But, you know, it's the ones that are deployed that, you know, maybe number in a couple of hundred. You don't know. I mean, I spoke to an ex-military man earlier, and he said, you know, I said to him, do you think it's all media bullshit, or do you think we've got a real big problem with Russia? And he said, what you need to understand is that Russia isn't the big almighty powerhouse of a country that we're made to believe. An awful lot of people live in poverty. The economy's not great, even though we're led to believe otherwise in the press. The military, a large percentage of them aren't regular experienced officers, and a great chunk are conscripts without any military experience. And it all looks good marching through Moscow, shouting and hollering and saluting and all the rest of it. They put on a good show. But when it comes to battle, it's no bloody good. They've had crap intelligence, their logistics are shit, and they're running out of food, ammunition, fuel and everything else. Now, the problem is Putin, he needs to save face somehow. So what is he going to do? That's the problem. Is he going to go mad and push buttons, or is something else going to happen? Yeah, Vesper Q, that is the problem. That very much is the problem. I mean, I saw this thing earlier. There was a video of a load of Russian tanks driving up a road in Ukraine, and they're all bunched together in one group. You don't do that in battlefield conditions. You spread out, you stagger, you make a more difficult target to hit. And, you know, they're all bunched together. They got ambushed. You know, that's amateur mistake 101. Even I know that, and I'm a fucking taxi driver. It's mad. I think they'll run out of energy. Yeah, it's big logistical problems. Tony Whitworth. Yeah, you get the old puffy face. Somebody mentioned thyroid gland. I don't have a thyroid. I had mine removed. And if I have, like, thyroxine imbalances, I can get a bit puffy in the face. Mind you, that's my excuse for overindulgence, really. Putin's put his foot in it, literally. Yeah, I mean, the thing with, you know, no matter what side you sit on with this, Matt Walton, the Russian maintenance of their military equipment is pretty poor, according to a lot of the reports I've seen. Yep. When NATO blow the crap out of other countries, it's fine. No criminals caught there. When Putin does it, now, no, yeah. That's a very valid point. You know, it's all one-way traffic, isn't it, from us? And if anybody else sticks up for what they believe in their country, it's not great. And at that, I lost my train of thought. Richard Void uses the red fuel. Lost mine too. Missed my meds. Turn. Yeah. You get the thyroid imbalance, and it can play with you. I mean, sometimes I get a bit like funny up here, and it's because of the thyroxine, and you have to do something about it. I wonder if nukes go out of their use-by dates. Don't. You wonder what they'll do with them for non-combatants to leave. Yeah, that's my train of thought. You know, the thing with the Ukrainians, they, no matter what side of this you sit yourself on with the argument, they are fanatic in the defence of what's theirs. They're never going to stop. They're never going to quit. They're never going to surrender. And Putin is going to have to flatten every square mile of that entire country before he gets anywhere near. And anyone survives, they'll still keep coming at him. You can't defeat an enemy like that. It doesn't work. Yeah, Matt Y, unfortunately, that is a little bit of the case, isn't it? It's quite frightening. Cosmic War Toad for thousands of years, and that's just the half-life. Have you forgotten the like button, folks? Yes, everybody. and in a Gabby Cabby's Daily Chat. Get that like button hit, if you will. Let's try and get up to 100 likes fairly soonish. We usually do good with that. And, you know, it helps the YouTube algorithm find the channel and gives us a bit of promotion. I enjoy doing these. I really do. It's good to mingle with you all and have a good natter. Matt Y, first time I've come on live, Andy. Well, welcome, Matt. Good to see you. And all we do here is just chat. It's you guys that drive the subject, and I just react, really, and we can talk about all sorts of different things all of the time. But we have the thing at the moment where you know, the conversation is dominated by what's going on in the Ukraine, and understandably so. A lot of people are worried about it. A lot of people are wondering what the hell's going on. So you want to talk about it, we'll talk about it, or something else entirely. That's absolutely fine. Hello, Adrian, good to see you. Nukes don't go out of date as such. It's down to radioactive half-life decay. But they can re-enrich material. It's more the rocket propellant that becomes unstable. Okay, there you go. It's nice to hear different thoughts on the topics of the day. That's what it's all about. You know, you've got different people in here. Hello, Edgar Lee, good to see you. Don't worry about being late, you're here. That's the main thing. Yeah, it is a war that he cannot win. He went in there and grossly underestimated the reaction from all counts, and it's caught him completely off guard, I think. Angie Etheridge, good to see you. The UN cannot go in until there is peace. UN is a peacekeeping force, yeah. Well, we have to keep an eye on Taiwan, don't we, Randy? Because they'll probably be watching what goes on down Ukraine way and then decide what they're going to do. Nukes won't work as Anonymous, the hacking group, declared war on Putin. They can hack them. Well, stop them from cooking off would be nice. That'd be really good. PJ Mosley, in the 1960s, Britain invented an anti-tank weapon called swing fire to make Russian tanks outdated. Yeah, this is the thing, isn't it? The flow of equipment going into the place. There's some quite effective usage of it that's making mincemeat out of the Russians. What is the meeting tomorrow with Russia? I missed the news. I read something about the talks in the background were, you know, a bit constructive, or some mileage was made over them. The Russians seemed interested in talking a bit more, so I don't know. Apart from that, morale is essential in any country's armed forces, Andy. That's absolutely correct. And I saw pictures of Zelensky today posing with soldiers in the hospital. Suppose trying to boost morale or whatever. Mad should be a deterrent. Unfortunately, people are mad. That's right, Kirky. I think people need to realise what that stands for. Mutual assured destruction. And that's the deterrent in itself, which should mean that we shouldn't even be talking about this. But it is quite a worry. Putin's generals are so dumb. Even I know you get air superiority first, then you send in ground troops. Remember the Battle of Britain? Yeah, that's right. Spot on. Spot on. I mean, I haven't heard any more talk of a no-fly zone today. I've been really quite worried about that. About 40 minutes, Alan Edge, again today. And this week I've got to try and get it back up to the full hour. So if you're on another beer, I get it in quick. Let's not stop at 100 likes. Keep them coming. Smash the like button. That's Julie Baldwin. Thank you very much. The views on old Dad's Army clips have skyrocketed. I bet they bloody have. Don't panic. We're doomed. We're doomed. I bet they're all watching them. Russia sends in the young ones first. The ones that survive are future leaders. Yeah, I mean, this ex-military guy I spoke to earlier, he said there's a lot of young conscripts, forced young conscripts with no military experience, really, and it's a bit of a clusterfuck all round. I just hope the Ukraine thing brings an end to wokeism and green stuff. Yeah, let's cancel the cancel culture. Every rank above major is basically a politician in a uniform. That's Kirky Bailey. Evening, Andy and everyone in chat. It's Chrissy Williams. Good to see you. Blue Streak, yeah. That's a name I haven't heard for a long time. If the fuel keeps going up, there'll be starts on UK. Yeah, Andrew, definitely. A lot of Russian generals have been killed. Yep. Woodstock, I'm not sure. That's, again, it might be me. That's the first comment of yours I've seen so far. John Harris, Andy, what would you do if you got a warning on your phone? It would depend where I was at that point in time as to what my actions would be. The first one would be, self-preservation, and then, if I was on my own, get inside quick. But if I was with my family, it would be more their preservation and get them inside quick. It would depend where I was at what point in time. But you would have to be very fortunate in that position, and be the subject of very convenient timing if it was going to work in your favour. But you don't know. The whole thing, if it did happen, it would just come out of the blue. We wouldn't know, would we? It's crazy. I have a want for curry and chow mein. Oh, well, I had chicken and bacon pie with some nice fat cut chips. No Chinese or anything tonight, unfortunately. Steve Miles, good to see you. I think I saw you popped in earlier and I didn't say hi, but hello to you with the can of the naughty stuff. Putin is sending in the conscripts to probe the Ukraine defences, then he'll send in the Spetsnaz. Yeah, it's probably well coming, isn't it? Where are we now? Great distraction from Partygate. That's true, Alan Edge. I've not mentioned that lately, have they? Only out of the blue for us peasants. PJ Mosley, Putin can't arrest every Russian citizen and jail them. Well, he'll have a good try trying to knock some of them down, won't he? That's what dictators do at the end of the day. I had chicken with butter curry and rice tonight. Oh, that sounds nice. Funny how Sean Penn knew in November to visit Ukraine in February with a film crew to document a war that hadn't started yet. Yeah, that's a good point. Very good point. I've seen a video today where a parent reads one of the school's woke books to the teachers in a meeting, and they tell her to stop because it was disgusting. Good. We need to get back to basics with our kids, I think, and proper common sense. Time is running out for Ukrainian non-combatants to leave. He will go in hard, and blasting if being fired upon it. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that international training base was attacked, wasn't it? I think it was about 12 miles from the Polish border, and there was American troops there before, and a few other people. Hopefully not now. Stalin murdered 9 million of his own people. There you go. I'll try find it and send you the link. The Gabby Cabby. Thank you, Julie. I'll have a look at that. School education is horrible at the moment. They're teaching the kids crap. Yeah, it's my I forget what it was, but one of my kids came home spouting some stuff they were taught at school, and I was horrified. I know it got my woke radar up, thinking, what the hell? They're turning my child into a lefty. It really it was quite concerning. If Russia keeps up this scorched earth policy, it should win this war. Hopefully not. It will inherit a wilderness. with the survivors making up potent resistance. A wilderness, which would be a handy buffer zone between them and us. I don't think he will stop. He can't really. Most of the Russians seem to be falling for his propaganda. Yes, all right, thanks, Julie. I did see that come through. Somebody told me earlier on that they spoke to somebody about, you know, from Russia about what's going on. And there were two very differing points of view, and it was all to do with the propaganda they were being exposed to. And yet again, this is the mainstream media, isn't it? Not only in this country, over there, Ukraine, everywhere. They're a tool to influence the populace. And, you know, think of it what you will. They've hit a target 15 miles from the Polish border. That's right, Lorna. I thought 12 miles, but I wasn't far off. There's only a few miles in it. I think there was something like 30 cruise missiles that I read. They really meant to you know, take that thing out, I think. Yeah, cheers, Bridget. Another sip of that. Tastes better with whiskey. Conventional war with Russia would be a good way to restart the economies. Methinks, as war makes money. Look how good the 50s were for USA after World War II. Yeah, problem is, would it be a conventional war? That's the thing. Where are we? All right, thank you for that one, Julie. I just saw that. Gas gold, I smell a big rat with this war. Yeah, a lot of people do. Little boy and fat man, same difference. That's very true. Just received notification, Diddy and Ringo. It's funny how the notifications are coming up at, you know, different times, isn't it? Andy the Gabby Cabby, Bridget Charleston asked you a question about whether your little one is being taught what to do in the event of an... He's not said anything. I think they've been made aware of what's going on in a gentle sort of way, but not said anything. I mean, I've had a conversation with my wife about it, but the unfortunate thing is, if anything was to kick off, we'd all be separate from each other. It's not great. Streamlabs, Chrissy Williams, please refrain from swearing. Oh dear, oh dear. I did miss what you said, Hotbot. If it started with F and ended with ook, that might be why. Hello, Neats. Good to see you in the chat there. Save the government millions, £350 a month. That's true. Yeah. Oh Christ, Streamland has woken up. Nearly spilt my beer. Some idiot is letting off fireworks down my street. I'm spooked enough. God, yeah. I tell you, when all this kicked off the other day, I went to have a kip in the middle of the afternoon between jobs, and I woke up and there was like a loud flash and a bang, and I thought, geez, what? I mean, it wasn't, but it's just the way it makes you feel. We're not that far from Russia. They could hit us easily. Yeah. I mean, what's it? Something like 15 minutes? If Putin wasn't short of his power, do you think that he would have gone in? Must be very confident in his military forces and stockpiles. But is that his own knowledge, or is that what he's being told about what their capabilities are? You don't know. I mean, I read somewhere that his generals are scared of him, you know, of the consequences of displeasing their master. And, you know, everything he's told is tailored to keep them from ending up in the gulag. I don't know whether that's true or not. Imperial troops have entered the base. I had some prat just now shouting on his phone out back of my flat. Usual drunks from Ascot High Street. Bucket of water, window, splash, job done. Randy Codpiece, BlackRock and Vanguard own everything. Family dispute. Matt Y. Many say Putin is sick and may have the big C. Yeah, I've heard that from multiple sources now. What's the issue with the car door? Just curious. What, you mean this one? All it is, is the lights. They go off if I didn't do that. It just resets the old timer in the car to stop everything going dark. I really need to find a proper solution to it, really. I think it's less about Putin's power and more about the weakness of the matter. Yeah, definitely, Anna. He's seen an opportunity and he's gone for it, hasn't he, with that plonker in the White House. Do you work nights, Andy, or not bother? I don't work nights as in, normal taxiing, because that's not really my job anymore. But with the airports, I go all the time, all time of day and night. It's just gone off too early. All time of day and night. We work 24 hours. It's just, really depends on what's going on. Kirky, I'm in your school of thought, to be honest. I think a lot of it is media spin. An awful lot of it. I don't think he's daft at all. I do question the intelligence on which he's acted on. I do question the capabilities of the units that have gone in, which he is relying on. But I don't think he is stupid at all, really. But we will have to see how this plays out. Anyway, folks, I'm just over 40 minutes. I'm going to cut it a little bit fine again. It's good to see you all on a Sunday night, and thank you for joining me. If you haven't done so already, please do that and give the live stream like. Hit the like button, give it a thumbs up. That helps the algorithm find us. If you haven't done so already as well, please consider subscribing to the channel. Andy the Gabby Cabby. We need to get up near that 30,000. We're doing good. A couple of other points to note. We have merch. We've got merch. You can go on there. And also we're on Patreon and YouTube channel memberships too. Bottom level's only about £1 a month, and it just helps pay for my coke habit. There are other levels there as well. And appreciate that. I'm now going to go indoors. I'm going to have a piece of apple pie, a bit of custard, and then I'm going to add something brown, very tasty, and has a percentage sign to it, into my Coca-Cola, and fall fast asleep because I'm knackered. See you all tomorrow, folks. Enjoy the rest of your evening, and for now, toodaloo.